Hello citizens and welcome back. This is our match reaction to Man City 3, Club Brugge 1 in the Champions League. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe. Let's jump into it. So it started off pretty rough, to be honest. Both teams knew that if City win, they go through. Club Brugge could still go through if they lost, which they did. But City definitely needed to win or they were out. And the way the game started, we camped out in their final third. They were happy for us to do it because I'm sure they were told in their game plan, you let City have the ball, let them push up to your box. You sit all 11 players back. As soon as you win it back and you transition, if you kick it forward quick enough, our defence and our midfield are not there. And it proved to be the case time and time again. And it wasn't a surprise when Club Brugge scored. It really wasn't. They were threatening a couple of times on the counter-attack. We know our defence. We got no one that can run in midfield. You know, we had De Bruyne, Kovacic and Gundogan. Going on, De Bruyne can't get up and down the pitch. And every time Club Brugge attacked, the midfield wasn't there, just didn't exist. And you're exposing Akanji and Stones the whole time because you had Nunes up the field and you had Vardy up the field. So it was coming, their goal. They got it. They took it really well. It was just before half-time. A dangerous time of the game to score as well, going into it. But that seemed to galvanise us a little bit. And I think it galvanised Pep and he switched things up. Fair play to him. He kept the system the same, of course he did. But he switched it around. He wasn't afraid to say, right, you know what, not working. We need to make changes. And the changes worked. He moved Foden from the left over to the right to link up with Nunes. And I think that link up was pretty decent. And I don't know why you've moved Foden over anyway when he's been scoring all them goals for us in that position. So he moves him from the left. He puts Bernardo from the right into the middle alongside De Bruyne. And then he puts Savinho on the left-hand side. And as soon as he made them changes for the first 10, 15 minutes of the second half, we looked really, really good. And all the good chances were coming through Foden swap and Savinho as well. So that change did work. And that's got to be something that Pep looks at in the future and says, why do I not start with this combination? I mean, Savinho's been brilliant on the left-hand side for the last couple of months. And then he leaves him on the bench to put Foden there. Maybe it's just players he knows, players he trusted. He wanted to go over an 11. He trusted could get the job done. But the changes needed to happen, and it worked a treat. And we went 3-1 up. And again, you can't really argue about it. Our first shot on target came from Kovacic, doing what he does best, and this is why I absolutely love him. He steps up, a quick change of pace, fires it first time bottom corner. He's really good at that. The second goal came from an own goal. It was Vardy on the left-hand side. He's gone from centre-back to left wing-back to left-sided forward, smashing the ball across the box towards the back post towards Haaland, who probably wasn't going to get it, but the defender had to stick his foot out. 2-1. And the third goal, great goal by Savinho, lovely ball on top by Stones, who, by the way, got a full 90 minutes in. That could only be good news for us. Hopefully he's still fit to play the next game against Arsenal. But yeah, lovely ball by Stones, great control by Savinho, and he smashes it past Mignolet, 3-1. And to be honest, game was done, game was dead. Club Brugge offered absolutely zero. City offered zero. We were just passing it around inside our own half. And I believe the TNT said that before the game ended, we'd actually held on to the ball for 10 minutes in play without Club Brugge without touching the ball. So for 10 minutes, we just passed it around at the back. It was fun and dusted, that game. Easy as it comes. And to be honest, we didn't collapse, which was good. I did say during the watch long, it's probably best that Club Brugge scored first. And that kind of got us kick-started again. And Club Brugge did have a couple of chances at 2-1. And if they'd taken, or Stones hadn't made a fantastic header when a cross came in from the right-hand side, you know, it could have been such a different game. But both teams settled for both teams going to the playoffs. Ideal situation for everyone around, and it's a party atmosphere. But ultimately, it still exposes us for what we are, and something that teams are going to expose us for in the next couple of weeks, because we got some tough games coming up through March. I think it's Arsenal at the weekend away. Not going to be easy. It's going to be horrible. But our midfield can't run. That's not midfield you can start with. You can't start with Gundogan, De Bruyne, Kovacic. You can't do it. There's no energy there, and they look dead by the 20-minute mark. We always start games fast in the opening 8-9 minutes, but we always take a dive, and then we die again at the second half towards the end of the game. But that midfield, that can't be a star midfield. It's got to be Foden. It's got to be Savinho in there. You know, or Marmoush against Arsenal as well. Why not? Stick them all on. Put Foden in the middle with De Bruyne. Then put Marmoush and Savinho on the wings. I'd go for that. I'd happily go for that. And I think that is a much dangerous team and a much more unpredictable team than what we are. Because Pep's ultimately built a team of technical players with no pace who can't run. That's essentially what we've got right now. We need a bit of flair. We need a bit of pace, you know, to open up teams. Because when we attack, that's why we don't get up to the opposition box when we attack. When we counter, we get up to the halfway line, and then we slow down, we stop, we go backwards because we've got no pace and we've got no energy to go box to box. So that has to change. And that's something why I don't understand why Pep is also not sitting the defence back a little bit instead of pushing us all up to the halfway line, because he can see that we can't run, that we have no energy to get box to box. But yeah, he still has us camped on the halfway point. And that's something I also don't understand. But then again, I'm not a treble winning manager, so what do I know? But yeah, good result in the end. Like I said, ideal situation is both teams go through, which is what we did. I think we've had a poor Champions League. It's been embarrassing in the Champions League. We've thrown away multiple leads. 3-0 up against Feyenoord to throw that away. Then 2-0 up against Paris Saint-Germain to throw that away. It's not been good enough. But somehow we're still in the pot, and somehow people are still calling us one of the favourites, if not the favourites. I've heard us called favourites for this competition twice this week now, which is a joke. But yeah, it means ultimately we play 2 more games in the playoffs. I think they start something like the 11th of February or something. I think it's 2 weeks yesterday. The first playoff game will be played. Whoever we get, we'll find out tonight. But yeah, big result for the club. And obviously it matters as well because you got financial fair play, you got PSL, whatever else is going on. It means we can make more signings as well. That we don't have to worry about that. Because I think we're waiting for a couple more signings and we're waiting to see what happens tonight before we make them. So yeah, good result. That's it. That's the match reaction. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. Hit like, hit subscribe. See you towards the weekend. Like I said, I think it's Arsenal away. See you then. Bye-bye.